In my last videos, I explained radial and transverse velocities and accelerations, derivation and also problems. What do you mean by radial acceleration? If the equation of the curve is given in polar form, then component of acceleration along the radius vector is called radial acceleration. Now, intrinsic form. Intrinsic form means if the equation of the curve is given in terms of s and psi, where s is length of the curve measured from a fixed point and psi is the angle made by the tangent at that point. You have studied what is intrinsic form. If the equation is expressed in terms of s and psi, it is intrinsic form. Now, velocity and acceleration in intrinsic form. First I explain this definition. What is the tangential velocity and normal velocity? Suppose this is the path of the curve, path of the particle. It is the path of the particle, and P be the position of the particle at time t, and Q is the position of the particle at time t plus delta t. A is the fixed point on the curve, and AB is path of the particle moving in the plane. Now, suppose the tangent at P makes an angle psi with x-axis, and tangent at Q makes an angle psi plus delta psi with x-axis. Then what is this angle? This is delta psi, correct? Delta psi. This angle, correct? Yes, delta psi. Now, if this coordinates of P are s and psi, we write s as s and psi. Coordinate of P is written as s and psi. Then this is called intrinsic form of the P, and equation can be expressed in terms of s and psi. It is called intrinsic equation of the curve. What is s here? S means distance of the point P measured along the curve from a fixed point on the curve. A is the fixed point, then AP is equal to S, and angle made by the tangent at P is psi. Then the coordinates of P are taken as s and psi, and it is called intrinsic form of the point. Intrinsic form. And if you express equation in terms of s and psi, then that is called intrinsic equation. Now, coordinates of P are taken as s and psi. What are Q? S plus delta S and psi plus delta psi. Now, velocity of the particle at the point P along the tangent to the curve at the point P is called tangential velocity. It is called tangential velocity. So, what is the tangential velocity? Velocity of the curve at the point P along the tangent to the curve is called tangential velocity. And velocity of the curve, that is component of velocity of the curve along the normal to the curve at the point P is called normal velocity. What is tangential velocity? Component of velocity along the tangent to the curve at the point P is tangential velocity, and component of velocity of the curve along the line perpendicular to the tangent at P is called normal velocity. And we prove that always the direction of the velocity is always along the tangent to the curve. Therefore, we prove that tangential velocity is ds by dt and normal velocity is 0. That implies if the point is moving along a curve, then the velocity of the curve at the point P is always along the tangent, and the normal velocity is 0. Velocity of the curve is therefore along the tangent. Now, what is the definition? Tangential velocity means the component of velocity of the particle at the point P in the direction of the tangent to the curve is called tangential velocity, and perpendicular to the tangent is called normal velocity. Now we derive expression for this. What we have taken? A is a fixed point, arc AP is equal to S, AQ is equal to S plus delta S, and it makes an angle psi, means tangent at P makes an angle psi, tangent at Q makes an angle psi plus delta psi with the positive x-axis. So this angle is delta psi. Now displacement is PQ. Displacement means always along the straight line. We take the distance along the straight line, then that is the displacement. Curve moves along this, the particle moves along the curve, and it comes to the position Q at the interval time t plus delta t. But what is the displacement of the particle in delta t? It is PQ, called PQ, displacement. Now, suppose that chord PQ is equal to delta C. And what is arc PQ? Arc PQ is delta S. For now, arc PQ means this arc, means the length of the arc. PQ is delta S, because we have taken S plus delta S, AP as S. AP is S, AQ is S plus delta S. Therefore, what is arc PQ? Delta S. Let us take chord PQ as delta C, and we use one important result here. Limit arc PQ upon chord PQ as Q approaches P along the curve is equal to 1. This you have studied in differential calculus. Limit arc PQ by chord PQ as Q approaches P along the curve is equal to 1. We use this. Now, what is the expression for tangential velocity? Tangential velocity is, what is velocity? Limiting case of displacement, rate of change of displacement in time delta t. So limit delta t tends to 0, displacement along the tangent at P in a time delta t upon delta t. Tangential velocity means component of velocity along the tangent. So we have to take component of displacement along the tangent at P in delta t. For that we have to draw the perpendicular like this. QM is perpendicular. Then what is the component of PQ along the tangent? It is limit delta t tends to 0. You follow the first step. This is important. Tangential velocity means limit of displacement along the tangent at P in time delta t upon delta t. Therefore, it is limit. What is the component of displacement at the point P along the tangent? Displacement is PQ. Component is PM. Therefore, PM divided by delta t. Delta t tends to 0. What is PM? PM is, say I write PQ cos delta psi. Cos delta psi, 1 minute. Or PM is cos delta C. Or cos, let us take this as alpha. This angle is alpha. What is the angle alpha? QPM is alpha. Then what happens to this alpha? When Q approaches P along the curve, we take limiting case. Q approaches P along the curve, this alpha becomes 0. Followed now, this is alpha. What is the alpha? QPM is alpha. Therefore, what is PM? See here. PM, this is PMQ, right angle triangle. PM upon PQ is equal to cos alpha, because this is alpha. PM is adjacent side, PQ is cos alpha. So what is PM? PQ cos alpha. Am I correct now here? It is upon delta t. So it is limit delta t tends to 0. PQ is What is PQ we have taken? PQ is delta C. Correct? PQ is chord PQ, it is delta C. Delta C cos alpha upon delta T. Therefore it is limit delta T tends to 0, delta C by delta S into delta S by delta T into cos alpha. So you have taken delta S here, introduce delta S. Delta C by delta S by delta T cos alpha. Now take the limiting case. Limiting case, what do you get? Take limit delta T tends to 0 means when delta T tends to 0, chord Q approaches P along the curve. Therefore, this chord PQ upon arc PQ becomes 1. This becomes 1. And what is the limit of delta S by delta T? Delta T tends to 0, ds by dt. This becomes 1. And alpha becomes 0 as Q approaches P along the curve. Alpha becomes 0. Therefore, cos 0 is 1. So, tangential velocity is ds by dt. Tangential velocity is ds by dt. Now, normal velocity. See, we have used this result here. Chord PQ upon arc PQ becomes 1, and as Q tends to be along the curve, that alpha becomes 0 and cos 0 is 1. So we have ds by dt. Now, normal velocity is limit delta T tends to 0, displacement along the normal, displacement along the normal at P in time delta T divided by delta T. This is normal velocity, component of velocity along the normal at the point P, and velocity is rate of change of displacement. Limit delta T tends to 0, displacement along the normal at P is normal component of the displacement. What is the normal component? Means perpendicular, it is QM. Perpendicular component of this PQ is QM. So it is limit QM divided by delta T. It is limit delta T tends to 0. What is QM? Say as in this case, QM is, say I take QM upon PQ is sin alpha. Am I correct? Because we have taken this as alpha. QM upon PQ is sin alpha. Therefore, it is PQ sin alpha upon delta T. Now it is PQ. PQ is, it is taken as delta C. Am I correct? We have taken PQ as delta C. Delta C sin alpha divided by delta T. Because chord PQ is delta C. It is limit delta T tends to 0. So I take delta C by delta S by delta T into sin alpha. Now we have to consider the limiting case. Delta C by delta S as delta T tends to 0 means the chord PQ upon arc PQ as delta T tends to 0, it is 1, and ds by dt, this delta S by delta T as delta T tends to 0 is ds by dt. Now as Q approaches P along the curve, what happens to alpha? Alpha becomes 0. And what is sin 0? 0. Therefore, normal velocity is 0. Hence, if the particle is moving along the curve in the plane, then it has only tangential component. Means the direction of the velocity is along the tangent to the curve. Normal component is 0. So this is the first derivation. What we have derived? Tangential velocity means a component of velocity to the curve at the point P along the tangent is called tangential velocity. It is given by ds by dt, and usually it is denoted by v also. It is v. And what is normal velocity? Component of velocity along the normal to the curve at the point P. It is called a normal velocity, and it is 0. So tangential velocity is ds by dt, normal velocity is 0. This is the first derivation. Now acceleration, tangential and normal acceleration. Now let us take this v is, what is v? Tangential velocity. V plus delta v is tangential velocity at the point Q. V is the tangential velocity at V. Velocity at Q is v plus delta v. Since there is no normal velocity, velocities are only v and v plus delta v. What is tangential acceleration? Tangential acceleration is, it is limit delta t tends to 0, component of acceleration along the tangent. So it is change in velocity along the tangent at P in delta t. In a delta t divided by delta t. Follow to this one. Tangential acceleration means rate of change of velocity along the tangent. So it is change in velocity along the tangent in delta t upon delta t. It is therefore limit delta t tends to 0. What is change in velocity along the tangent? It is v plus delta v into cos. Is it, what is component of v plus delta v along v? Cos alpha minus v upon delta t. Now what is the component of this v plus delta v along the tangent? It is not alpha. This is alpha here. This angle is alpha. But component of v plus delta v along v means delta psi it is. Correct? Delta psi. Because this angle is delta psi. Angle made by v plus delta v along v is delta psi. So v plus delta v cos delta psi minus v upon delta t. It is limit delta t tends to 0, v plus delta v, and for the first approximation cos delta psi is 1 minus v upon delta t. Correct? It is therefore limit delta t tends to 0, delta v by delta t. V cancels. So it is dv by dt. dv by dt. Or it is d2s by dt square, because v is ds by dt. Therefore tangential acceleration is dv by dt or d2s by dt square. Sometimes it is simplified like this: dv by dt is dv by ds into ds by dt. V dv by ds. Sometimes tangential acceleration can also be used as v dv by ds. V dv by ds. Yes. Now normal acceleration. You have to remember this derivation also important. Derivation is derive the expression for tangential and normal velocities. Second derivation is derive the expression for tangential and normal acceleration. This is the tangential acceleration. What is the normal acceleration? Normal acceleration means component of acceleration along the normal. It is limit delta t tends to 0, change in velocity along the normal along the normal at p in time delta d upon delta t. Correct? It is therefore limit delta t tends to 0. Change in velocity along the normal at p is normal component of v plus delta v. It is v plus delta v sine delta psi minus 0 divided by delta t. Why minus 0 here? Minus 0 because normal velocity is 0. Normal velocity is 0. Therefore, v plus delta v, component of v plus delta v along the normal at p is sine delta psi because angle is delta psi minus 0 because normal velocity is 0 upon delta t. Simplify this. It is delta t tends to 0. V plus delta v into delta psi upon delta t. Why delta psi? For the first approximation, sine delta psi is delta psi. It is limit delta t tends to 0. V delta psi by delta t plus delta v delta psi upon delta t. Now, second one becomes 0 as delta t tends to 0. Because of this delta psi, it becomes 0. So it is v d psi by dt. V d psi by dt. This is the normal acceleration. Now, if we simplify further, it is ds by dt, d psi by dt, or we write this as v ds by dt is v d psi by ds by dt, and you have studied this. D psi by ds is 1 upon rho, where rho is the radius of curvature at the point P of the curve. You have studied this. ds by d psi is rho. Therefore, it is v square ds by dt is v upon rho. V square upon rho because this ds by d psi is rho. D psi by ds is 1 upon rho. So, normal acceleration is v square by rho. So, try to go through these two derivations. They are important. Yes, I continue the next thing in the next video.